Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm a little late. Welcome home. I just finished my Our Daily Bread for July 21st. I didn't get my 20th done, and I need to get it done. I did there's a lot of things that were needing to be taken care of in the home. So finishing up today's Our Daily Bread. Timing is everything. So I'm going to go ahead and do today's to 20th on the 21st. So I hope that's confusing, because it's confusing to me. So on today, July 20th, 2019, this is going to be for Saturday. I am late. The title of it is Hands-on Learning. My 6-year-old son, Owen, was thrilled to receive a new board game. But after a half hour reading the rules, he was frustrated. He couldn't quite figure out how it worked. It wasn't until later, when a friend came over who already knew how to play, and that Owen finally got to enjoy his present. Watching them play I was reminded of how much easier it was to learn something new if you had an experienced teacher. When you're learning, reading the instructions help, but having a friend who can demonstrate makes a huge difference. The Apostle Paul understood this too, writing to Titus about how he could help his church grow in faith. Paul emphasized the value of experienced believers who could model Christian faith. Of course, teaching a sound doctrine was important, but it didn't need to be talked about. It needed to be lived out. Paul wrote that the older men and women ought to be self-controlled, kind, and loving. In everything, he said, set them an example by doing what is good. I'm thankful for a solid teaching, but I'm also thankful for the many people who have been hands-on teachers. They have shown me by their lives that it looks like to be a discipline of Christ, and have made it easier for me to see how I can walk that path too. A disciple of Christ, I apologize. Me read. They have shown me by their lives that it looks like to be a disciple of Christ, and have made it easier for me to see how I can walk that path too. Today's reading was taken out of Titus 2, verse 1 through 8. Imitate me as I imitate Christ is the thing that was pulled out today. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. Imitate me as I imitate Christ. The first question that was written, or it states, what lessons have you learned from those who have taught you about living by Jesus by their words and actions? Oof. What are others seeing as they view your faith in action? What lessons have you learned from those who have taught you about living for Jesus by their words and actions? And 2, what are others seeing as they view your faith in action? Oh, yes. Oof. I am going to be honest, the first thing that came to my mind, yes, he was telling me how he's doing on his test taking. It's in the vlog, the daily vlog. The first thing that came to my mind, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm going to be blatantly honest, and I am about these things, and it's a person. Judy Wolford. I had worked with this beautiful woman with American Red Cross. I had worked with the Red Cross, I don't remember how many years. Judy was my partner in crime when we were traveling across the state of Kansas to do the Alex machine. And what the Alex machine is for us to get whole red cells. People donate blood, and then you can donate just the red cells, and the plasma and platelets are given back to you. So the Alex is the apheresis machine that you're hooked up on. So it draws it out, and keeps the red cells, but it gives you back the plasma and platelets. Now, Judy has been with them for a long time, and she's a very, very smart woman, more so than I have given her credit for. I think a lot of it, to be honest with you, I was very, very angry with her in more ways than one. And one of them was out of fear. I was comparing myself to this beautiful woman because she knew her stuff. She knew how to do a hard stick. If anyone has done donations or drawing blood or trying to find that vein kind of situation, she knew it. Judy knew how to also teach. She observed. She knew what the teaching style I was. I'm very hands-on. It's difficult for me to read sometimes, to be honest, to read instructions. I like to see a video of it visually or hands-on. Me reading, sometimes it's difficult for me to grasp it, where some people have that learning ability to read it, to know what's going on kind of situation. So I had to learn all three skills, as in hands-on, visually, and reading it. And later on I became an instructor. And I had to visually see and modify my teaching to see how each of the individuals, how they learned. Now, I remind you, Judy had taught me more than she knew. She was preparing me. But I was very angry with her. And the reason why I was so angry with her is at that time in my life, I was very involved in being recognized in the popularity of the misusing a gift that I felt that it was in the good, and it wasn't always in the good. What was working for me to have these revelations or things I saw or things that, that kind of thing. You have to be very, very careful. There was a day, and I want to say, and I could be wrong, but we were driving in some bad weather, if I remember, her and I, in the back roads of Kansas. A lot of hours, a lot of windshield time. And I don't know who brought up the conversation, but Judy walks in faith. There's no ands and buts about it. The woman, she is the image of, I pray today that people see me as in walking by faith with God. I was driving, and she made the comment to me, have you been born again? I mean, are you recognizing what you're doing? Do you see what the decisions you're making? And I was very, very, at the time, very offended, because I didn't understand. I didn't comprehend, because I did have faith. And when I say that, and the expressions that I gave, I didn't trust him. I wasn't giving him credit. I wasn't being thankful. I was very angry. My divorce was, my marriage, I should say, it was falling apart. I was using things as I was walking on the wrong side of the road with my faith. And she wasn't trying to upset me. Judy saw something in me. And I am very thankful for that. And I'm very thankful that she tried multiple times with me to bring Christ into my life. More so than I thought he was already in my life, but she knew. She knew. And I never thanked her for that. And today is my way of telling you, Judy, thank you for being hands-on and helping me. Where I'm at today, I'm able to recognize that. And I'm very grateful and very humbled. Life is so much more clear. I don't worry. I will lay it in his hands. Yes, I will pray and I'll be sad, but I know it's in his timing when he's going to do something. And I might not agree with the decision, but there's reasons for everything. I might not have agreed the way how Judy went about it, but I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes he has to get in your face and tell you, what are you doing? Are you serving the Lord? Are you respecting yourself? Are you respecting the relationship that you have with him? Are you reading? Are you slowly trying to grasp the game book? And I hate to refer this as a game book, but I love my sports. And when you have males and females who are in sports, they have something they have to go by. This is life. This has helped me more than you ever know. God will bring people in your lives for a reason. It might not think it's on your timing. In fact, actually, it was perfect timing. I just wasn't receiving it. Not by her. I wasn't ready to receive the way she was teaching. And what I mean by that, hands-on. She was showing me, she was walking by it, she was showing examples, she was reading in front of me. Everything that he just, it's timing. It's just timing. So Judy, I owe you an apology on how I reacted, but you know what? That is part of our journey, and I know you forgive me, and I know you tried as hard as you could, and believe me, it got me. I might have been angry, but it made me question, and I'm happy you made me question, because you walk with him. You're a good woman. I hope someday I'll see you again and give you a hug. So thank you, Judy. And thank you, God, for working through Judy. So, learning hands-on. How are you learning? How are you accepting? How are you trying to make your life with Him? Are you reading it? Are you researching it? Are you seeing it in somebody else that's inspiring you and thinking, you know what? She's gone through hell and He's not giving up on her. When I was walking and using a bike for 2 years and walking in sleet and snow and rain and heat and humidity and oh my gosh, just think of Job. You can take everything from her. You can make her life hell, but don't touch her. God heard me. I love you. Until we see you, remember, this is Saturday's video. I already got Sunday done. But we'll see you on Sundays. Enjoy that. That was a good message there too. Very good. So until tomorrow, be good to yourself. Be good to others. For we just don't know what part of their journey they're on. And welcome home, Judy. Thank you.